What's good, Council of Comics? Welcome to another episode of Comic Book Pickups. This is episode number 17. This week we're going over a haul that we got from Kent Comics out in Carmel, New York. Let's go.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life.
What's good, Council of Comics? Welcome to another Comic Book Pickups, episode number 17. Hopefully I can keep these series going. I know it's been a while. I did the last one, Comic Book Pickups, episode 16. It was a while before we got that, but trying to stay steady on it. Before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe below. Remember to share with your friends. We have tons of videos on the channel. We have the Council in California series that's going on right now. Just dropped episode number 5, which is Universal Studios Part 2. It's very, very cool. You need to go check that out. We also have New Comic Book Day that's on there. Then we have our live reruns that you can go back and watch our lives. The Sunday live about film and television. And Monday, we're actually about to do New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week. We're trying to sneak this video in before we go on live. And also shout out to Toy Games for coming on the show yesterday. He's a good friend of ours and he's a great toy expert. I'm going to put his link to his channel in the description. Go check him out. He just reached 1,000 subscribers. Goes over toys, detail. Great guy. Shout out to Toy Games. Alright, so episode number 17. Kent Comics. So the story I had about this was that I was cutting hair one time in Carmel in a shop there in a plaza. And there happened to be a comic book shop there. This is when I was kind of out of comics. So I would go in there every now and then, blah, blah, blah. And just look at the comics. So years passed by, and then I'm always looking for comic shops to go to, and I see Kent Comics in Carmel. I was like, oh, I remember that shop. Let me go out there and see. And they were only open certain times of the day, and blah blah. So I finally got out there. Shout out to the people at Kent Comics. Get out there. You can find them on the internet. Just look up Kent Comics in Carmel, New York. All right, so I got 26 books today. I paid $85 for these books. All right, and I'm going to show you at the end. We made a profit. Did we make a profit? Let's see. But remember, 26 books. So let's start off. First up, I have Star Brand number 1. This is the first appearance of Star Brand, and this was in the 25-cent bin. They had little bins that had like 25 cent, 50 cent, and I got 2 copies of this. It's in the 25-cent bin. This is the first appearance of Star Brand, as it says right there. And Star Brand is a character that came back recently in the Marvel Universe, so I thought this was a pretty cool key to get. This is part of that new universe they had back in the days when they were trying to do something new. But 2 of those bad boys, very nice, very nice. These are about $5 a piece. These books. So paid 25 cents for them, $5 a piece. Very, very nice. I also have Star Brand number 2. They had number 2. I said I gotta get number 2. You know we get number 1s and we get number 2s, so I gotta get number 2. Pretty cool. This one's about a $3 book, 25 cents. Not bad. Silverhawks number 2. Crazy, right? It's also a newsstand. Check that out. A newsstand Silverhawks number 2. This is in like Toy Games' area. Like he has these toys. Like we collect the comics, he does the toys. So I wonder if Toy Games has some Silverhawks stuff. I'm trying to get Silverhawks number 1, man, at a decent price, but they just want like over $100 for it, and I'm just like, oh, but if I pay $100, it has to be in great condition. But this Silverhawks, I paid 25 cents for Silverhawk number 2, in good condition. Pretty cool, right? That was my joint. Silverhawks is actually in the same universe as the Thundercats. Good for you to know right there, right? Another one in Toy Games group, Mad Balls. This is Mad Balls number 2. It's also a newsstand. It's not in super great condition, but it's about a $5 book. It's a newsstand, very nice. Mad Balls was a toy. They looked crazy like this. They looked all wild, but they ended up, Star Comics was always the label that made the toy comics with Marvel. So that's pretty cool. This Mad Balls, it's about a $5 book, maybe 4 or 3. Bill and Ted's Excellent Comic Book number 3. Some great 90s stuff right there. The art is not bad. Check that art out. It's not bad. I do have Bill and Ted's Excellent comic book number 1, so this is great to get. I might keep this in my PC. You know, good stuff right here. Next we got Infinity War number 2. Get a little spittle out there. Number 2. This is about a $15 book in great condition. This is the sequel to the Infinity Gauntlet. It's where the movie got its name from. The Infinity War. They're totally two different stories. This one's not really more about the Gauntlet. This is more about the Magus, who is the dark side of Adam Warlock, trying to take over the universe with like doppelgangers. So this is a $15 book. No, $12 book. Sorry, $12 book. It's a double-gated book as well, which means it has a cover on the back too. And number 3 is also a $12 book. You'd be surprised. Remember, they're only like $12 books in great condition. If they're beat up, you gotta drop that price down. You know what I mean? So I paid $2.75 for each of these on the $12 book. So it's about a $10 bump up. Nice little Galactus. Infinity War was drawn by Ron Lim. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. Next up, Man Thing number 2. Now, whether this is a newsstand, I have to figure out, because there was a point where this was the only thing that they had, so it wasn't newsstand or it wasn't direct. But this is Man Thing number 2. This is about a $5 book. I paid $4 for it. I thought it was pretty cool with the bear and Man Thing, considering Man Thing's coming up. Number 2, remember, you gotta get your number 1s and your number 2s. Those are the issues to get. All right. Next up, I got some Spidey. I got Amazing Spider-Man number 270. This is a $15 book, great condition. I paid $4.50 for this. This is Spider-Man in his black suit. Paid $4.50 for this book. It's a $15 book. You got Cap on there, you got Hercules, you got Black Knight on there, you got Star Fox, you got the Wasp back there. Pretty nice. Spider-Man, stop, you can't beat Firelord. So he's beating the mess out of Firelord. Beating the mess out of him. This must be when his suit was making him like, this is when he had the suit from Secret Wars and he didn't know what it was, but he was starting to become like Dark Spider-Man, but then nobody knew why. And also Amazing Spider-Man number 255. This is a $5 book, but I thought it was a great black cover. Spider-Man on there. I paid $4 for this, but it's worth $5. There's like some things with it. If you look up here, the printing is off on it. So yeah, so it's about a $5 book, but nice little book to have right there. Next up, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine number 1. This is a newsstand. This is the first appearance of Ogun. It's the guy who basically taught Kitty how to be a ninja. I don't know if he taught Wolverine to be how to ninja too, but this is coming up in the comics right now. I just read X-Men 25, and Kitty's back to being Shadowcat, and she's doing her ninja stuff, and Ogun is mentioned a lot of times. This is a newsstand, of course. This is a $15 book as a newsstand in great condition. Great condition. This is also a great series. It's a great series. X-Men number 1. The A cover. This is the biggest selling comic book of all time. Jim Lee drew it. Over 8 million copies sold. There were 4 covers for this, so 8 million amongst the 4 covers. There's also a 5th cover that was only put out to the direct retail, which was all the covers in one. But this was the atomic bomb in the 90s. X-Men number 1, 8.5 million copies. You will not see comic books selling anywhere near that. Now they're like at 50, 150,000, 200,000. They are not hitting the millions mark. So there's a lot of these out there, but you need to find them in great condition. This is actually a $15 book, regardless of it being millions. So they say there's millions out there, but the thing is, are there really millions out there? I have a feeling people say they have store boxes filled, and some people might, but I don't think. I think a lot of these got thrown out. But always good to see. If you see it at the store, I paid $5 for this, so it being a $15 book, that's a great pickup right there. The best one out of these is the X-Men Magneto. That's the D cover. Excellent. Uncanny X-Men number 183. I paid $4 for this. This is a $10 book. This is a nice little Colossus versus Juggernaut cover right there. Very good. Great condition. Like that. Good old Uncanny X-Men. We have an older Uncanny X-Men. This is Uncanny X-Men number 153. I paid $4 for this. This is a $20 book. This is a $20 book. This is Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat with the C, not with the K, because now she's Shadowcat with the K. Gotta remember that. And then she's, her and Colossus are like the item. So would love to see that actually happen for real in the MCU eventually. They did a little bit with the Singer movies, but not what it should be. But yeah, Uncanny X-Men number 153, pretty dope. Star Wars action. I got some Dark Empire books. This was a key book back in the days. Dark Empire number 1. This is actually only a $10 book. It would be about $15-$20 if it was in a little bit better condition. But this is a $10 book. But this was like when Heir of the Empire came out. This comic was also the other thing that came out because there were no TV shows, there were no movies. All we had was the Heir of the Empire novels and this. And as you can see, the cover is like a homage to Return of the Jedi. This was a phenomenal story. Phenomenal. Love this to death. This is not canon anymore. But hopefully they can reincorporate, and I think they have reincorporated some of the things into the show from this stuff. It's from Dark Horse. This is number 1. Dope. If I get a 9.8 into this, it would be beautiful. $10 book. We also have issue number 3, which is a $7 book. Very dope. This is the whole story with Dark Empire was that the Emperor came back, cloned himself, and Luke joined him, and he said the only way to defeat the Emperor is to join him. So Luke actually turned over to the dark side and was with the Emperor, and it took Leia to actually get him out of that. He went a little too far. Luke went a little too far, acting like his father. As you can see, this is the last issue of it, issue number 6, and you see Leia with the sword. She comes in, and that's like a young Palpatine clone versus Luke. The art was tremendous in this book. This was a Cam Kennedy art. Cam Kennedy was phenomenal. I put him up there with Alex Ross when it comes to these painted like covers. Very dope. This is a $15 book. No, $12 book. Sorry. I'm looking at it on the screen. It looks like 15, but it's 12. Another Star Wars book. Dawn of the Jedi, Prisoner of Bogan, number 4. This is a $10 book. All of these Dawn of the Jedi books are blowing up because of the announcement that Mangold is going to be making like the beginning history of Jedi and stuff, like Dawn of the Jedi books. So they're going to be taking some stuff from these books, and this is one of the series from Dark Horse. Don't know if they'll do it exactly. The Jedi versus the Jedi, because before they were called the Jedi, they were called the Jedi. Yeah, I know. It's okay. But this is a $10 book. Very nice. Very glad to get that. Gen 13 number 1. Look at that. I have a client out there that loves Gen 13, so I grabbed this up. It's a $3 book. I think I paid $3 for it. Just because I like it. It's a number 1, and my client might like it as well. So very dope artwork on the Gen 13. Gen 13's got like a niche little fandom over there. It's a great fandom. Next up, these are fun. Jurassic Park, number 1 and number 3. And these are in their poly bags. Yeah, they're in poly bag, and this is like the movie adaptations, So it's pretty cool. That's number 1. It's first Jurassic Park comic. Very nice. This is a $15 book. First Jurassic, in great condition. Now, if I were to go get this graded, I have to take it out of the poly bag, because once you send it to CGC, if it's in a poly bag, CGC will rip it out of the poly bag. You cannot grade books with the poly bag. So you have to make the choice. Do I keep it in the poly bag and not get it graded, or do I send it in the CGC to get that 9.8 status? I have to think about it. Number 1 and number 3. Number 3 is a $6 book. I paid $4 for this. $4 for this one and $4 for this one. Very nice. Very nice Jurassic Park. Boom. Also on the Council of Comics, there's a little dinosaur stuff in there with Jurassic Park and all that. Universal Studios Part 2. Go check it out. Spawn. We're hitting the end here. We got Spawn issues right here. We got issue number 30, which is actually a $20 book. Because these early Spawns are actually now becoming very, very valuable. This is a $20 book. $20 book. Very nice. I like this whole that gradient yellow, and then just the art right there. Very nice. Spawn, $20. Issue number 30. Very nice. Issue number 22 is worth about $10. Very nice. Enjoy that. That's black border. And he had issue number 6, which is actually the first appearance of Overkill. This is in great condition. I paid $5. This is about a $10 to $15 book. Overkill is actually going to be in this new animated show that has Gorilla or Cygor, I believe is one of the Todd McFarlane. He's taking some sub-minor characters from the Spawn universe and making an animated show, and he's part of it. So pretty dope. First appearance right there. Classic McFarlane. Classic McFarlane. And last but not least, I've got Prophet number 1. Jake Gyllenhaal is tied to producing a movie about Prophet. He's also supposed to be playing Prophet in the movie. This is about a $5 book right now, surprisingly, but it's Rob Liefeld, you know, and it's great art from back in the days from Extreme Studios and Image. This was a great pickup. This is his first solo series of Prophet. His first appearance was Youngblood 2, and you flip it over and you see him on the back. But this is the first solo series of Prophet. You get out there and you find it out there, you should get it. All right, so that's all the books. We got 26 books. Let's throw up the numbers. All right, boom. 26 books, right? And we paid $85 for those books. $85 for those books. So it's like an average of like $3.25 a book. They're worth $250. $250 those books are worth, giving us a profit of $165. We made $165 on this. Very, very nice. Just to reiterate, I go on eBay, Key Collector, and Cover Price and get like an average roundabout number of what the books are worth. And now, also, you heard that little squeak. Also, we gotta get ready for new keys and hot comics of the week. Do we sell all the books? When I say profit, I'm gonna make $165. No, because I'm not gonna sell all of them. I'm gonna keep some of them for my personal collection, and I'm gonna put some to sell. So maybe we'll make about 50, 60, 70 or something like that, but we won't sell them all. I might sell most of these because I have a lot of these. So that's another thing. When you have them, you can pick them up for cheap, pick them up again so you can flip them and make this pay for itself. You heard me? All right, excellent. $85, 26 books, worth $250, profit of $165. We did very well, Council. Shout out to Kent Comics out in Carmel. Go check them out. If you're out in the New York area of Carmel, go check them out. Tell them the Council of Comics sent you. All right, so if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button below. Remember, we have tons of videos on the channel. We have our lives that we do on Sunday and Monday. Sundays are film and box office news. Mondays are new keys at Hot Comics of the Week. Sundays at 5 p.m. Mondays at 8 p.m. Then we do New Comic Book Day is our weekly series. We're heading up on episode number 60. It's our weekly series where we go over our top 5 of what we've bought for New Comic Book Day. We have conversations in the store, and you know, for the last plenty of videos, 10, 50 videos, we've been doing skits. You know, some funny, some strange, whatever. We've just been doing stuff just to entertain you guys, and we hope you enjoy them. Go check them out. Hit likes on all those buttons and share them with your friends. All right? So, for Comic Book Pickups, episode number 17, for myself and the rest of the Council of Comics, we thank you for watching. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.